Hello again in this video clip series, My Journey to God in a Very Secularized World. We are going through a meditation given by Father Cortilio Gabrielli to more than 200 priests and 10 bishops at the annual International Spiritual Exercises of the Marian Movement of Priests in Colle Valencia here in Italy, which he gave in June 2016. Which would be 5 years after the death of Don Stefano Gobi, and also 3 years after that Pope Benedict went away, which then began a rather great division in the church, but also in the Marian movement of priests. And he's trying to help the priests in this movement to put the first priority, the truth, the truth, the truth, that you cannot change with the world. And so he is going to finish now his this first meditation with a message of Our Lady, talking about the apostles of the end times. Here's the message of Our Lady here. Today you are celebrating the liturgical memorial of my Immaculate Heart. This is your feast, my beloved ones and children consecrated to me. You have been chosen by me and called to form part of my victorious cohort. You form part of my estate. You have a great design upon you. This design of mine has been revealed to you in every detail. It must now appear to the Church and to humanity in all its splendor, because these are the times of your maturity and of your public witness. Show yourselves to all as my consecrated ones, as the apostles of these last times. As apostles of the last times, you must announce with courage all the truths of the Catholic faith. Proclaim the gospel with force, and resolutely unmask the dangerous heresies which disguise themselves with truth in order to better deceive minds and thus lead astray from the true faith a great number of my children. As apostles of the last times, you must withstand with the strength of little ones the proud force of the great and the learned, who, seduced by a false science and by vainglory, have torn to pieces the gospel of Jesus by propounding an interpretation of it which is rationalistic, humanistic, and entirely erroneous. The times foretold by St. Paul have come, times when many announce false and strange doctrines, and thus they go running after these fables and stray away from the truth of the gospel. As apostles of the last times, you must follow Jesus along the road of disdain for the world and for yourselves, of humanity, of prayer, of poverty, of silence, of mortification, of charity, and of a more profound union with God. You are unknown and despised by the world and by those who surround you. You are often obstructed, marginalized, and persecuted, because this suffering is necessary for the fecundity of your very mission. As apostles of the last times, you must now illumine the earth with the light of Christ. Show yourselves to all as my children, because I am always with you. Let the faith be the light which illuminates you in these days of apostasy and of great darkness, and in these times of such a vast infidelity. Let it be zeal alone for the glory of my Son Jesus, which consumes you. As apostles of the last times, there befalls you the duty of carrying out the second evangelization, so much asked for by my Pope, John Paul II. Evangelize the Church, which has strayed from the Spirit of Christ and has allowed itself to be seduced by the spirit of the world, which has penetrated it deeply and has pervaded it entirely. Evangelize humanity, which has again become pagan after almost 2,000 years since the first announcement of the gospel. Evangelize all men who have become victims of error, of evil, and of sin, and who let themselves be swept away by the impetuous wind of all the false ideologies. Evangelize the peoples and the nations of the earth, immersed in the darkness of the practical denial of God, as they prostrate themselves in the worship of pleasure, of money, of power, of pride, and of impurity. Your times have come, and I have formed you during these years, so that you may be able to give now your strong witness as faithful disciples of Jesus, even to the shedding of your very own blood. When from every part of the earth, all of you, my little children, will give this witness as apostles of the last times, then my Immaculate Heart will have its greatest triumph. Now the task of the movement is before our eyes. In these words, and it now continues Padre Quartillo. I don't see the date on this, but maybe I'll find it for the next video clip. You can find it in the Blue Book though pretty easily. Now Father Quartillo continues, and he says, "Now the task of the movement is before our eyes in these words of the Mother. I see no other avenues. The times for which she has chosen us from various countries and continents, and has prepared us through her wonderful design, made known to us by way of her little son, Don Stefano Gobi, have arrived, and it is our job to carry out her plan of love and of salvation, without a bunch of buts and without a bunch of ifs. Her words are so clear and lucid that there is none else to do but to obey her, our Mother. But more than ever, in these times, we must, all of us consecrated, follow her, our leader, for this final combat in prayer, especially the Holy Rosary and the Cenacles, so that her Immaculate Heart might triumph as soon as possible." And he finishes by saying, "Immaculate Heart of Mary, my trust, health, and victory." I would like to just begin now, right away, we have a few minutes in this video clip, to begin the second meditation that Father Quartillo gave the day after at this retreat. So it has the same title, Courage in this great battle, this great final battle, number 2. And so I wrote in this publication of this, I put, "No ecclesial movement will be exempt from the purification in this period of the Great Tribulation, not even the Marian movement of priests." And so I published this in June 2016. The Church will be purified in the Great Tribulation. You can find that also on my website. I was happy that Padre Quartillo Gabrielli, who spent much time with Don Stefano Gobi, had the courage to offer the following meditation. And this is the second of 2 meditations offered by Padre Quartillo Gabrielli at the International Spiritual Exercises of 2016 in June for the Marian Movement of Priests. That was here in Italy, in Colla Valenza. At this, and also after the second meditation of Padre Quartillo Gabrielli, below I put a few extra information. So this is the meditation offered by Padre Quartillo Gabrielli to more than 200 priests and more than 10 bishops at the International Spiritual Exercises of the Marian Movement of Priests in Colla Valenza, Shrine of Merciful Love, Mother Speranza, June 26 to July 2, 2016. And the title of this second meditation he gave, "The Holy Spirit and the Marian Movement of Priests." So he begins, "Ave Maria. By now we have arrived to the big trial. As I said to you this morning," this is the afternoon meditation, and he said the first one in the morning. "We have seen how easy it is to fall into deception, even though for many years one is part of the Marian Movement of Priests. Now it's time to welcome the message of Fatima, often disputed and rejected by many," which Our Lady said to Gobi, May 8th, 1997. "There is needed a little remnant, even of the movement, cloistered in the Immaculate Heart of Mary and the Holy Spirit's light, so that it can endure to the end without hesitation, without any buts, without many "we will see," without "there is a danger that." That's why this meditation is on the Holy Spirit, because only the strength and light of the Holy Spirit can help us. We will continue this meditation in the next video clip. May God bless you and Mary guide you.